Dope. And we are live here on Hot Tag Takes on HamiltonRadio.net channel HR2. I am your host, John BRECKO. As you can see, I'm going solo today. PJ Morin, my co-host, was not able to get out of work. But that means he gets to eat a lot more pretzels and come back even looking doughier than he did the last couple of times he's been in here. He's slowly turning into the Pillsbury Doughboy. Pillsbury Doughboy with a red beard. I can see it now. I just need him to eat a couple more before he upstages me and doesn't make me look so big on the air.
Pillsbury Doughboy.
This is why I miss having Miller Mark on the show, because for some reason he looks 8 times bigger in camera than he does in real life. I don't know what it is. He looks like he's 10 feet taller and about 8 feet wider. I don't understand. But
he's the Pillsbury Doughboy Jr.
Well, I'm more like Pillsbury Doughboy Senior.
Senior.
He's had a little bit of time to build it up. But either way, I am very, very excited to have our guest on. I've had actually a great conversation with him off the air, just about a lot of different things. But I want to start the introduction for this guest by quoting an article that describes his music. Ryan O'Neal is an artist and songwriter who knows how to create music that has a deeper meaning, yet retains a very catchy twist that will seamlessly appeal to people with its melodies, warmth, and authenticity. This man is a talented singer and songwriter who has drawn comparisons to artists such as Chris Daughtry, one of my favorites personally, Steve Perry, The Fray, and Chris Stapleton. He's been practicing to be on stage by humming songs and singing backtracks even before investing his time in vocal coaching and writing his own music. Even back when he was listening to country music through the radio and CDs and playing drums in his church band. All of that led to recently releasing his own single, Fly, just 3 weeks ago. After watching this, make sure you go check that out. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Ryan O'Neal! PJ's so much better at cheering me on than you, Ruben. How you doing, man? How's everything going with you?
I'm doing great. I'm living it up. I'm so excited. I've been living on the edge with the release of Fly. It's been so exciting.
I'm sure.
But everything's been going great. I'm so happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
100%. Did I leave anything out in the intro? I just want to make sure.
I think you pretty much covered the bases. I mean, yeah.
All right. Awesome. But let's get right into it. While I was able to find out about how you started practicing even before you invested in your dreams, I wasn't able to really find a timeline on that. From, what I've read, what I've seen with you, talking to you for a little bit, you seem like a guy that's wanted to be involved with music for as long as you can remember. Correct me if I'm wrong, by the way. But when did you realize you wanted to be in the music industry, and when did you start working towards those goals?
Yeah, so I've always been pretty passionate about it. I'd like to say from a young age, maybe 8 or 9 years old, really just kind of listening to some really inspirational artists, even over the radio in the car on the way to school.
Right.
And I feel like I always kind of found myself more drawn to country music.
Okay.
It's just got a really deep meaning, a really clean sound.
For sure.
But I think that's pretty much where it started. It was probably 8 or 9 years old. And from just listening to the radio to trying to find my way into being in front of people. I mean, I was real shy at a young age to sing in front of a crowd, in front of anybody, even my parents.
Yeah.
So I started kind of picking up the drums. And so I eventually got a drum kit and practiced enough to where I made it to play in the church band.
Nice.
And then I did that for a few years, and then I think I got a little bit more serious about wanting to take on singing and doing it in front of people.
Yeah, that makes sense. So what was it for you that was able to kind of break you out a little bit? I know you mentioned when it was, you were 8 or 9. What was kind of the event, if there was one, or was it just listening to the radio that pretty much got you to, make you want to do this? Was it just listening to the radio, or was there like an event that, happened where you were like, okay, maybe this is something that I might want to do?
Yeah, over time, I think watching award shows, getting to see all the newest and hottest artists come out with songs and the stuff you're hearing on the radio, watch them play it live.
Yeah.
And just the crowd response. I've always been more of a people person, so I really do enjoy talking and being in front of people. And I think that's really what's drawn me to it is, if I can do something that can make you happy or change your life, then I think that's my purpose here.
Yeah.
And so, that's been the biggest part, really.
So we were talking a little bit about different things before you and I were on the air. You came in on the air for a little bit, and then Ruben kind of got the songs and the covers in the playlist, which I want to save for a little bit later. But, we were talking about, where you were working, how, you love music, how you love being in front of a crowd. So right now you're actually at the car dealership where you're working at now. What do you, because you were telling me how much you like that. Do you like that aspect of being in front of people as well? I'm curious about that. I just kind of want to ask you about it.
Yeah, definitely. I think that relationships are such an important part of any sort of growth. I think that as a person, you have to network and connect with people, and maintain relationships, because ultimately that's what we're here for, is to have relationships with each other, care for each other, help each other. And so I think that's helped me establish connecting to people. But I think music has brought me deeper. It's the purpose of the songs and the words, the way you can use them to get into people's minds and make them think differently or react to what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think that's the even deeper connection, where you can reach more people than just selling cars and talking to people that way. If I can help you out from there, I'm happy to do it, but I really want to help you find you and find your way.
Do you feel like that? Yeah. Do you feel like that kind of helps you when you go like on stage? Do you kind of like ever like feel like you're using it kind of as a stage? Because I've heard people kind of describe it in that way, and at times I've kind of done that myself. I'm a swim instructor, so sometimes I'll have fun with the kids. I'll throw them up in the air. We'll have fun with the different toys that are there, and sometimes. Mom or dad might make a passing comment, or I might say something to them, and I kind of see myself, looking back at a shift, using that as my stage a little bit. Do you feel like you kind of do that when you're selling cars to somebody, or do you see it kind of differently?
Absolutely. The desk is my stage. It's the place where people get to learn about me, and I get to help find a way to alter their lives to make it better.
Okay.
And so the stage is my platform for doing that, through music, but my desk is the place to doing that to help people in their everyday lives.
All right. I was just curious, honestly.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
But you did an interview with Voyage Michigan, and they asked you about what's been the most challenging part about the music industry. Before I ask my question, I'm going to take a quote from that interview, if you don't mind. So this says, going through competitions has been an abundance of fun, and I am humbled to have the opportunity of competing against other incredibly talented individuals. However, it's difficult to break out of the mold and find out what sets you apart from the other artists. What do you feel sets you apart from other artists that you see going to shows and performing after going to competitions? What allows Ryan O'Neil to break the mold a little bit and be different?
Absolutely. I think it comes down to not only sound. I think sound is very unique. And I think that for myself personally, I have a little bit more of a mix of sounds going on where my band sounds more country. The music sounds more country.
Yeah.
I sound a mix of country and pop kind of put together.
Okay.
And I like to blend that Southern twist in there. And
Right.
then also with the music, I think the lyrics are where the story really lies, and where the sound comes from. So
Okay.
I would say that that's kind of what sets me apart. But I also think that what I'm writing about and what I'm talking about and singing to people is really what makes me different, because I like to dive into the deeper emotions than most songs traditionally do.
Okay. I gotcha. That makes a lot of sense. I was actually planning to do this a little bit later, but I do want to talk about your debut single, which is called Fly. And, we've kind of already made the connection a little bit that, you do like cars, which is probably why that you like what you're doing now. I understand you like music more, but I do want to ask, why did you make your first song about flying instead of driving? This probably sounds silly, but now I get the vibe that you're lying to me and you're actually into planes. This is what I thought of when I was trying to write stuff up for the show. But I'm genuinely curious. Do you want to make like some songs like about like traveling like on the road, just being in the car listening to the radio, stuff like that? Is that something you want to make a song about?
Absolutely. I can't reveal much about what's coming, but I can definitely say there's going to be some stuff hinting at maybe some more drive-oriented songs.
Yeah.
But I think that it's going to come down to creating a project that we find a basis for, or a theme.
For
so
sure.
We'll definitely do something with some driving in it. But the first song is there's a lot more to that one. I can't wait to talk more about that.
Yeah, man, 100%. I'll probably try to, ask a little bit about, what they might be about after. But before we play your debut song, I do want to talk to you, about it. Again, it's called Fly. What inspired the song? What was the process like that went into not only writing it, but producing it as well?
Yeah, so Fly. This was my first song ever, and or first song that I've released. But actually, what happened? This song came to me as I was sitting in an airport.
Okay.
I was leaving Nashville for my first trip down there, first time playing some gigs and exploring the city and meeting with some big name producers there. And
Yeah.
I was sitting at the airport. My flight got delayed, and I was like, "Well, what better opportunity?" I found some inspiration, and I wanted to talk about what maybe the road's going to hold for me.
Yeah.
And really, as we kind of break down the song, every line in there has a deep meaning about maybe some place that I've been, what I've thought about, how I felt through the process. And so and it's collective over a couple of years. These are years of
Okay.
feelings that I've kind of mashed into one song about finding yourself and where the road might take you, or where you might decide to fly, do your own thing, spread your wings. Because there's always a time in life where you're going through phases and maybe you don't know where to turn or what to do.
Yeah.
But I think that it comes down to you making a decision for yourself and choosing where you want yourself to go. And there might be bonds or things or restrictions that hold you back, but you don't really know what you can do until you try to do it.
Right, for sure. So I just want to, double check and make sure something really quick. So you gave me a lot of really good inspiration for the song. What inspired you to do it was, the flight delay, right?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. I just wanted to, make 100% sure. Did you write the whole thing while, you were waiting for the flight to happen, or what kind of happened with that?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes. So I was
Okay.
sitting by some of the like restaurant areas, charging my phone up,
Yeah.
and I just kind of came to me that a melody. Sometimes for me, I write everything. It pops in my mind, and I just sit there and write it down, or record a voice memo. Well, it started that way, and then the lines just kept coming, and the next thing kept happening, and I just literally sat there, and I think I finished that song within an hour.
Okay.
The entire thing. It really hasn't changed from the original way I wrote it to the final production.
So
And
it all just kind of flowed at once.
all at once. It was, yeah, it's really an inspirational piece.
That what happens to you when you normally write a song, or?
Typically, yeah, I'll come
Alright.
up with a melody or some hook line, and the song from there writes itself. I just tell
Okay.
the story.
Gotcha. So, Ruben, we're going to get the song ready. Fly by Ryan O'Neal right here on Hamilton Radio. It is going to take a little bit of time to get up and get ready. But, yeah, you have it ready now?
Yep.
All right, here we go. Everybody get ready to fly right here on Hamilton Radio. We have Ryan O'Neal with us. Check out some of his music right now.
Found myself in a whole new town, bounded by people that ain't around. But here I am making my own moves. It's time that I sing some new tunes. Lost some friends and family, they couldn't see what I could be. Now that I have the room to breathe, I found a place where I feel free. It's hard to do it sometimes. Wheels up on a tide. Thought I tried Detroit and Austin. At times I feel like a lost one. The hurt that I was going through, can I shine cause I feel brand new. Thought I tried New York, then LA. Thought I found myself a new way to get through the pain I was going through. Look at myself in the rear view. Nashville is the place I'm gonna try. I gotta spread my wings and fly. Thought the one I'd marry is the one I just can't carry. Feeling love for the first time makes it hard to draw the line. Moving on ain't easy, easy when you just can't see me. Found myself some room to breathe, in that place where I am free. It's time to take off the training wheels, carry myself and just be real. Thought I tried Detroit and Austin. At times I feel like a lost one. The hurt that I was going through, can I shine cause I feel brand new. Thought I tried New York, then LA, but I found myself a new way to get through the pain I was going through. Look at myself in the rear view. Nashville is a place I'm gonna try. Gotta spread my wings and fly. Times I feel like the lost one. The hurt that I was going through, can I shine cause I feel brand new. Thought I tried New York and LA, but I found myself a new way to get through the pain I was going through. Look at myself in the rear view. Nashville is a place I'm gonna try. The Nashville is a place I'm gonna try. I'm spreading my wings and fly.
All right, that was Fly by Ryan O'Neal right here on Hot Tag Takes on HamiltonRadio.net, channel HR2. Wanted to get into a shout out really quick. That was a nice little backtrack, but I don't think that was Ryan's, buddy. I don't know. We're trying to support Ryan over here. You're over here with your bald head messing with stuff over in the studio.
Hey man, you should take advice from that song, Fly.
Bro, nothing about this body is flying anywhere, okay?
You know, you're absolutely
Unless
right.
I'm actually on a plane.
I would say
right?
more like floating.
Listen, man. The highest I'll fly is about like 3 inches when I jump in the air, okay? I'm not flying any more than that. Not with this big body. Ryan, I'm so fat when I see someone with a widow's peak haircut, I start thinking of the McDonald's symbol. All right, truer words have never been spoken. So here's the thing, Ryan. I actually just got married recently, right? And the thing is, I don't want people calling us Mr. and Mrs. I feel like that's too basic. I need somebody that's calling me Lord and Lady. Like, do you get what I'm feeling right now? I just want to make sure we're on the same page. But with that being said, I do want to get to some shout-outs really quick. Shout out to Alfred R. showing support from Austin, Texas. As I said in the chat right now, you Texas people have been absolutely amazing. You guys have been good to me. You've shown me a lot of support. We had on Kenny Graves last night, who's a radio personality in Navasota, Texas. We've also had on Savannah Ray in the past, who's from San Antonio. We had on Rhonda Ray not too long ago, who's a Texas gal as well. So a lot of support from Texas, and we really, really appreciate all the support that state has given us as far as this show goes. I definitely got to stop in Texas. If you know me, I'm a big fan of Route 66, and there's a place there with a 72-ounce steak that my big ass really needs to eat. One more thing, just Ryan, I got an hourglass body like Shakira, except my hips lied to you, so I feel like I could pound down that steak pretty good. What do you think?
It's hard to turn down a good steak, man.
I mean, it's 72 ounces. It sounds amazing.
Holy cow, 72 ounces. Steak.
Like just to cross it off the bucket list. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah, but a big trip that I want to do. We're gonna go off the rails a little bit, but I'm okay with it. So we wanted to do Route 66 for the honeymoon, but it costs a lot of money to road trip. A couple thousand miles over the course of like 2 weeks. So we weren't able to do that. We did get to go to the Grand Canyon for a little bit, though, and on the way back, we actually stopped over in Williams, Arizona, which has Route 66 there. You pass through a little bit of it. We walked around the route a little bit. We stopped to get something to eat, and, we had a lot of fun. They were, like, amazed that, we had been to a diner, act like it was something new going on in our lives. We live in New Jersey. That's kind of where we go to eat. So
okay,
but it was a really cool experience, just to be able to go on the route for the first time. I got to tell you, for anybody that's never been in the Grand Canyon, I just want to let you know, you feel like you run a marathon after. And I'm not just saying that because I made a bunch of fat jokes on the air. Like, when you're that high, in elevation, it's absolutely beautiful, but when you come down, you feel like you just ran a couple miles. It's an out-of-body experience if you've never experienced it before. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about or not, because I don't know the different places that you've been. I know you've been to Nashville, but that's about it. So while we're on the topic of it, I didn't have this question planned, but where are some places that you want to travel to as far as performing your music is concerned?
Yeah, I mean, I want to get my lifelong goal is to definitely travel every state. I would like to do that, and I think I'd like to even bring it maybe to even Europe. Because I think there's definitely a niche market out there for some country music, some deep country music. So. But yeah, no, one of my lifelong goals there is to travel down Route 66 and it'd be cool. Yeah, that would be a pretty cool place to maybe find some places to play and give some people some shows.
It's crazy because I never thought about it until we started, having to think of, where should I go for the honeymoon? Because I didn't want to do like some Puerto Rico, Europe trip or something like that, just because I feel like, a lot of people do that. I wanted to try to do something that other people, weren't necessarily thinking of. And then, I think about this route and I'm like, this sounds perfect. We'll just backpack it for the honeymoon. But yeah, I definitely want to travel down it 100%. And I want to make sure that I hit different stops along the way. So, I mean, when did you come up with that goal? Like, I'm honestly just curious because this is the first that I've heard of that. So,
yeah, well, I'd say that it's ever since I was a kid. I mean, I don't even know what age it would be, but I mean, I remember seeing TV shows of people traveling it and talking about it all the time, and I think it's just one of those things for someone who likes to drive and enjoys spending time in a car. I would love to travel down Route 66.
What TV
make a heck of a road trip.
What TV show sticks out to you? Because I feel like he's gonna mention like a super obvious one, and then I'm gonna just sit here feeling stupid for the rest of the show. I can see that now.
TV show that mentions Route 66?
Yeah, like like one that like mentions it, like you're watching it on TV, somebody's traveling on it, like back and forth, like something like that.
I'm thinking probably something on like Discovery Channel. I don't know of a specific show because I don't watch a ton of TV. I don't have a lot of time to do it, but no, I think they have to be something probably on Discovery or some sort of traveling channels.
All right. I don't know if I would have watched it then.
Oh,
I was
even like the Food Channel where they go out to some of those restaurants. And
that makes sense.
Go around.
That makes sense though. You think of that, and you see it on like a famous route. That makes a ton of sense. Like that big ass steak. I'm pretty sure that was on Man vs. Food. But that's like the only real like big example that like I can think of. I didn't know if it was like maybe on like a TV show classic that, like everybody, was watching, maybe like on like the CW or like a cartoon or something like that. I didn't know if there was anything like that. And I was like, God damn, I really didn't catch that as a kid. I never thought of that at any point. I never saw that. Because like, again, this is something that I didn't really think of until maybe like last year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. But I do want to sit here and, say before we get on, we start moving on to other stuff throughout the interview, I really enjoyed listening to the song, being able to listen to the lyrics of that, and I genuinely appreciate, you writing the song, talking about spreading your wings and fly. You were probably really waiting for the plane to do that, and I feel like you were just putting that on a piece of paper as well, but no, I genuinely did enjoy hearing the song. I thought the melody was great. I thought, just really had a beautiful sound to it, and I really, really enjoyed you putting that together. So I do want to say thank you, and that I really appreciate you writing it.
Thank you.
All right. So I want to talk about this next. You've obviously gotten to meet a lot of people through competitions as well as performing, writing, and producing music. I did go through, different socials, different links that you have up, to, try to get some stuff down for the interview. You did get to work with Jeff Huskins some time ago, as well as write with Corey Lee Baker. You've been in the studio with other people that have been on this show as well. Talk to everyone about some of the people that you've met in the music industry that I haven't mentioned, especially through competitions.
Yeah, so most of the competitions I participated in were pretty local to my hometown.
Gotcha.
So there's been some incredible musicians, some friends that I've met along the way there. But down in Nashville is where I've met most of the industry leaders, and I worked with Jeff Huskins on Fly and a couple other releases that are coming soon.
We've had Ashley Jordan on the show. I don't mean to interrupt you. She calls him Husky. I don't know if you call him that as well, but she's had him on the show. I don't know if you know who that is because that's somebody that's worked with Paula. She calls him Husky. I've talked about him before on this show, But I didn't mean to interrupt you. Keep going.
Yeah, no, Jeff's an awesome guy. He's very friendly, down to earth, very down to earth guy, and it's been a pleasure and an honor to work with someone with such talent and such great connections. The band that played that track is the same band you hear on a lot of the stuff you hear on the radio from bigger artists, Jay Snelldine, Carrie Underwood.
Yeah.
So there's some great musicians that played on that track, and I do appreciate everything they've done. But yeah, no, I've got to meet with some other artists, Savannah Kirby, Seth Bunting, Savannah Ray, Ashley Jordan, Alexis Marrero.
Yep.
There's been a lot of great talent there, and such aspiration and such drive and passion behind all of them, and I really admired that about all of them. And but I've got to meet with some other producers as well. Kent Wells, Nick Autry, and yeah, that's pretty much most of them. And actually, I ran into Lainey Wilson once while she was hosting that CMA Fest last year in June.
Yeah.
And I was leaving one of the studios, and by chance she was walking in, and I was still pretty new and wasn't expecting it.
Yeah.
And I was walking out one of the doors, and a lot of the studios have those big steel doors.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, this is awfully light. And I'm turning the handle, and I push the door open, and of course she's right on the other side pulling it.
Damn near
And
kicking the
kinda
door down.
Spooked her, and I'm like, I'm not thinking anything of it. I'm just on a mission. I got places to be.
Yeah.
And so I sit down in the car, and I'm like, wait a minute. That was Lainey Wilson. I just ran into Lainey Wilson, not knowing it.
Literally ran into this lady, put a shoulder into the door, probably
so
just
nice.
about knocked her over.
And she was so cool about it. She was so nice and so friendly. And she's very talented herself. I'm
Give it up
happy to see where
give
she's
it up for
going.
Ryan O'Neal, almost football tackling Lainey Wilson in Nashville, Tennessee. Oh, that is just epic, man. I love it. But she was nice?
She's so nice. She's so nice. She's so cool. She's like, hey, guys, how's it going? Have a good day. It was just a casual passing, but I didn't think about it until I get in the car, and I'm like, man, she was definitely someone important, and I just definitely hit her with the door, like bumped her with the door,
She was so nice to you, even though you damn near elbowed her upside the head. Just assaulted this man, and she just started being nice to him. Oh man, I love that. That is a beautiful story. Is there anyone else you assaulted with a door? I just want to make that clear.
That was the only one. That was the only one.
That's the only one that you know of?
Please don't sue me.
only one that you know of that you kicked in the back?
That's all I know.
Oh man. Well, it's good that we can't find anybody else. Nothing seems to be coming to light at the moment. So that's definitely a positive. But you mentioned when you perform your music, you make sure that the audience feels the passion that you put into your music. What do you do to try to make the audience feel your passion? Do you find a way to tell your story through your music? Do you jump into the crowd during your songs? What goes into a performance from you when you go into the different venues to try to make sure the crowd, feels what you're writing, what you're saying in your songs, and the passion that, you're trying to let them know about?
Yeah, so when I'm definitely writing and choosing songs, I'm choosing something that's going to be, have a nice, usually an upbeat tone, or upbeat in rhythm and whatnot, and I want something that's going to be a little bit catchy, something that you'll remember and be humming after I sing it.
Yeah.
But also something that's got some strong, deep words in it.
Sure.
That's the most important thing for me. But yeah, definitely getting in the crowd, getting the crowd to sing along. You gotta keep the people entertained and happy and excited.
Yeah, 100%. We did talk about, that you want to travel to all the different states. What are some places that you perform at now that, you genuinely enjoy being at and going back to? Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I've played a couple places here in Michigan. And of course, that's hometown. So I always want to be back here in Michigan and playing in front of, in front of people here. But Nashville's the other place that I've played, and I've played a few, the Vinyl Lounge.
Okay.
That was a great venue. Lots of people in there, and just a great venue all the way around.
I feel like I've heard of
played,
it before.
Yeah, it's cool because they make the records. They make records right there in the building, so you can watch while like someone's playing a show. You can also see them making records.
That's cool.
Vinyls, so it's a pretty sweet place. Really cool venue.
That's a Music City right there for you.
Exactly. I think Nashville is definitely one of my favorite places to play, though. The people there, the music, it's just a soulful town. It's just everyone's so passionate about the music. Some places I'd like to play. I'd like to go out west, and I really like being anywhere where there's like mountains and views and warmth, because we don't have that here in Michigan.
Don't.
I mean, it's very flat and cold and gray, and but it's a beautiful place. There's beautiful places here in Michigan all around the state. And so I don't want to discount that, but
it's beautiful.
There are some places that I'd like to see with mountains, and
it's a beautiful cold place that I'm sick of, and I want to hit people with the door when I'm here. Maybe not in Nashville, but over here, somebody could take this door. I don't care if it's a car door. I don't care if I'm working. I don't care if I'm walking through a door. So somebody's getting kicked in the back when they have this door run into them. Just so I can be like the door did it. But I do want to talk a little bit about the different covers that you've sent as well, because you sent 3 of them. I did get a chance to listen to one of them before the show. I listened to the Faithfully cover. That's a Journey cover for anybody who doesn't know where that's from yet. But you also have 2 others. You sent them a little bit before the show. Faithfully is up on YouTube, so I was able to find that one. The other 2 are Need a Favor and Lay Me Down, which I haven't been able to listen to yet. So I would like you to tell me where each one is from, and then we'll play at least one of them before time is up on the show. So talk to me a little bit about Need a Favor first.
Yeah, Need a Favor. That's one of Jelly Roll's biggest hits this last year. Cover. It is.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I like to pick something pretty new that people have definitely been hearing played on the radio. It broke some records this year.
Yeah.
So I figured this would be a great song to take on and play. And I do plan to play that live when people come to the shows. That's awesome. So you'll get to hear it there.
Have you played it yet or no?
I have not played it live yet. So that's something that's coming this next month, actually.
Oh, okay. Did you need to like practice it first, I'm guessing?
Yeah, we've got a band together, so we got a band that's going to be playing with me live, and so I wanted to bring the passion and the experience,
of course,
because there's something different about a track versus having live band, real instruments. You can feel the difference. So I wanted to bring that from Michigan here to down there in front of the crowds in Nashville.
For sure.
So I think the purpose behind the song, though, that's really where it's at. Aside from the sound and the excitement, that we're all and the world's in a different place now than it ever has been, and I think that we need to kind of reel in on maybe your relationship with God, if that's what if that's what you're worshiping and you talk to. But when you have something you need, it's about more that relationship and talking to Him more than just when you need something. It's about maintaining that and being real with yourself and realizing that there's more to life than when you just need help.
That's what Need a Favor is about.
Yep.
All right, that makes sense. So I was gonna ask a little bit about your band, but I feel like we'll save that for after we hear the Need a Favor cover. This is a Jelly Roll cover. For anybody that's just tuning in right now, we're about to play this on Hamilton Radio. Need a Favor, Jelly Roll by Ryan O'Neal, right here on this show. Check it out.
I don't hear nothing about you getting railed.
And let's not. Especially not when you say it. Need a favor.
I only talk to God when I need a favor. And I only pray when I ain't got a prayer. So the hell am I, who the hell am I to expect a savior? Oh, if I only talk to God when I need a favor. God, I need a favor. I know amazing grace, but I ain't been living that word. Swear I spend more Sundays drunk off my ass than I have in church. Hardcover King James, only been saving dust on a nightstand. And I don't know what to say by the time I fold my hands. I only talk to God when I need a favor. And I only pray when I ain't got a prayer. So who the hell am I, who the hell am I to expect a savior? Oh, if I only talk to God when I need a favor. God, I need a favor. Amen. Amen. I owe you more than one, and beggars can't be choosers. I'll pay for all I've done. Just please don't let me lose her. I only talk to God when I need a favor. And I only pray when I ain't got a prayer. So who the hell am I, who the hell am I to expect a savior? Whoa, if I only talk to God when I need a favor. God, I need a favor. Amen. 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 Hanging in there, just barely throwing up prayers like Hail Marys if you're still there. Lord, spare me. Oh my God, Hail Marys hanging in there. Just barely throwing up prayers like Hail Marys if you're still there. Lord, spare me. Oh my God, Hail Mary. I only talk to God when I need a favor. And I only pray when I ain't got a prayer. So who the hell am I to expect a savior? If I only talk to God when I need a favor. God, I need a favor. Oh, amen. Amen. Amen.
All right, all right, all right. That was Need a Favor by Jelly Roll by Ryan O'Neal right here on HamiltonRadio.net, channel HR2. This is Hot Tag Takes. I am your host, John Brecko. Oh, man. You know, that's one of those songs where, you know, I didn't know what it was at first, but as soon as you sang it, I recognized it like right away. And for me, Jelly Roll has so many of those. Like you know it's Jelly Roll almost right away when he sings it, like instantly. Like you hear the Jelly Roll sound. But what I love about that is you kind of put your own sound into it too, and you can also tell it's Ryan O'Neal right away. So I thoroughly enjoyed that 100%, and I appreciate you doing a cover of that because it's so different than Fly. You know, like two completely different sounds. That, you know, it just shows the range that you have, man. It really does.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now Ruben's got the echo on in the background a little bit. I think he's trying to mess with me. He kept doing that with applause and boot tracks last night too. That was about 12 hours ago. Clearly he's still on one over there. Shout out to Ruben, our producer. He's got a very shiny bald head, and he decided to wear a hat today, so the sun doesn't reflect off of him. So I appreciate this man. Shout out to Ruben and his hats. You gotta love Ruben, everybody. But you do have a couple more covers. You know, if we can get to both of them, great. And then if not, you know, we have something for you. We have something else to play next time, and I'm sure you'll have more tracks that are in the works by then as well. I do know that you do have a couple more plans. So actually, before we talk about the covers, is there anything that you can reveal to us song-wise about what might be coming up? You did talk about, something possibly, about a song like that might have to do with being on the road coming up. Is there anything that you can reveal about what you want to write about specifically that you can talk about on air? I know you can't talk about the actual songs themselves, but maybe like different things you wanted to write about that might be coming up.
Yeah, I think the next project is going to be something a little bit more deeper in meaning about maybe a heartbreak.
Okay.
Something a little bit more along those lines.
All right.
As I can't reveal too much about it, but we definitely have some great writes and some good recordings coming up here that I can't wait to share with everyone.
So we're going a couple steps up from a delayed flight. It sounds pretty good. You're not doing too bad hyping it up, my man. I got to be honest with you. But let's get to Lay Me Down. Where is the cover from? Because I wasn't able to find Need a Favor or Lay Me Down. I know where Faithfully's from. Not this next one, though.
Yeah, Lay Me Down. That was originally performed by Sam Smith.
Okay.
So that was a pretty popular song years ago. It was more pop in sound.
Yeah.
So this will show a little bit more of the pop range.
Yeah.
This one is a little bit more ballad-esque. Again,
Okay.
another deeper song. I've sang this a few times in front of some crowds and brought some people to tears. So
Nice.
can't wait to see what happens here.
I was going to say, you're probably the second person I've seen performing that's actually, been visibly happy about talking about making people cry. The other one was at a comedy show where this lady got, really offended at, one of the jokes, and everybody else was loving them. So this guy, super nice guy, his name is Vin Baker. He found out he made this lady who was heckling a lot of the comics. This is the lady that got offended, by the way. She was the one who started crying. And because of just who it was and the fact that she was heckling everybody, it was just such a badge of honor. I mean, we all were kind of laughing about it, after. But it was a good show. We had a lot of fun. This is one of PJ's shows, actually. I told him last night I love his shows because he always offends exactly one person. Everybody else has a great time, and then there's just that one person in the crowd. And I feel like it kind of gives a little bit of completion. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
All right.
It feels good for the artist to be able to reach to the crowd and to know that people are feeling exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
You love it either way, right?
exactly.
All right, but everybody, this is Lay Me Down by Sam Smith. Probably another track I'll recognize right away. I could see it already. As soon as you said Sam Smith. Lay Me Down by Sam Smith by Ryan O'Neal. Right here on HamiltonRadio.net, channel HR2. This is Hot Tag Takes. Check it out.
Yes, I do. I believe that one day I will be where I was, right there, right next to you. It's hard, the days just seem so dark. The moon and stars are nothing without you. Your touch, your skin, where do I begin? No words can explain the way I'm missing you. Deny this emptiness, this hole that I'm inside. These tears, they tell their own story. Told me not to cry when you were gone. But the feeling's overwhelming, it's much too strong. Can I lay by your side next to you? And make sure you're right. I'll take care of you. And I don't wanna be here if I can't be with you tonight. Can you hear my call? Oh, this hurt that I've been through, I'm missing you like crazy. You told me not to cry when you were gone, but the feeling's overwhelming, it's much too strong. Can I lay by your side next to you? And make sure you're alright. I'll take care of you. And I don't wanna be here if I can't be with you tonight. Lay me down tonight. Lay me by your side. Lay me down tonight. Can I lay by your side next to you? And make sure you're alright. I'll take care of you. And I don't wanna be here if I can't be with you tonight.
All right, everybody. That was Sam Smith, Lay Me Down, done by Ryan O'Neal right here on HamiltonRadio.net, channel HR2. Once again, this is Hot Tag Takes, and I am your host, John BRECKO. Man, you really belted the shit out of that one, I got to tell you. I enjoyed it, though,
Thank you.
man. It was very, very nice. A very, very nice sound. And you're right, you do kind of show that pop range with that a little bit. The other hits, obviously, there was a little bit more country in there, but you really did show a little bit of range, and it does kind of come out how you kind of mix it a little bit, especially with that one. So, just as a fan of music and a fan of a lot of the people that have been able to be on this show over the years, whether it's been recently or in the past, I've been able to learn a lot of different things that I would have never really thought about from the music end of it. I've done stand-up, so I've learned a lot in that industry from people that have been on the show, but from performing as well. So when I get to have, a singer or a songwriter on the show that's able to give me, a different aspect of performing, and I kind of get to learn from them a little bit about, that side of it, I really do genuinely appreciate it. So, I appreciate, being able to, learn different things, about about you as a person, and, I really appreciate the stuff that you put out there. So I did want to take one more second to say thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. This has been amazing. I greatly appreciate it, the opportunity.
All right. But I do have one more song that we want to play. This is a Journey cover. I was able to figure out where that one's from, mostly, because I can at least read on the show. If I couldn't do that by this time, I'd be a little bit concerned. Ryan might have to hit me with the door to knock something in place for me to be able to read if something, is really going on there. But this is a Journey cover. This is Faithfully, right?
Faithfully, you got it.
I just wanted to make sure. I wanted to make sure that I had it right for everybody on the air. But the last cover that we will be playing from Ryan O'Neal, again, is a Journey cover. It's Faithfully, and it's right here on HamiltonRadio.net, channel HR2. We don't have a lot of time left, so I do want to make sure we have enough time to be able to get into the song. So, Ryan O'Neal, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, faithfully. HamiltonRadio.net, channel HR2. You're about to hear some Journey from Ryan O'Neal, and he's about to take you on a journey as well. Check this out. That might be one of the corniest.
Highway run into the midnight sun. Wheels go round and round, you're on my mind. Restless hearts sleep alone tonight, sending all my love along the wire. They say that the road ain't no place to start a family. Right down the line, it's been you and me. Loving the music, man, ain't always what it's supposed to be. Oh, girl, you stand by me, and I'm forever yours, faithfully. Circus life under the big top world. We all need the grounds to make us smile. Through space and time, there's always another show. Wonder where I am, lost without you. And being apart easy on this love affair. Two strangers learn to fall in love again. Well, I get the joy of rediscovering you. Oh, girl, you stand by me, and I'm forever yours, faithfully.
All right, and that was Faithfully, Ryan O'Neal in that track. Faithfully by Journey by Ryan O'Neal right here on Hot Tag Takes, HamiltonRadio.net, channel HR2. I am your host, John BRECKO, and this has been Ryan O'Neal on the show with us today. Once again, thank you for being on the show. We really, really appreciate it. Next time, we got to have PJ here. 100%. The good news is he wasn't running around here acting like a fool, taking his shirt off and shit. So that was nice to be able to have on the show. I got a little bit of a reprieve, right, Ruben? I was gonna say your bald head isn't shining through the window, and PJ's body hair isn't sitting over here next to me. So it's a nice little reprieve, but we'll have him back next
Don't worry,
time.
He loves his body.
Again, I absolutely would love to have you back on. It's been a pleasure talking to you, my man, and I really, really appreciate it. So thank you.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure. Thanks for having me on the show. I really enjoyed this and getting to share the music and my story with everyone.
You
so
had
thank
fun?
you so much. I had a great time.
All right, man. Definitely would love to have you back. But this has been Hot Tag Takes here on HamiltonRadio.net, channel HR2. John BRECKO here with Ryan O'Neal. Ruben producing the show in the other room. Thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers within the next month or two. So definitely try to help us make that happen. We appreciate all the support. Deuces.